Step into the dark with 10 creepy hidden horror gems you can stream right now. From pulse-pounding scares to twisted tales of terror, these chilling pics will crawl into your mind and stay there. Number 10. Who invited them?
Count to 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Adam and Margot are proud of their new home in the Hollywood Hills, until a charming couple lingers after their housewarming party, claiming to be neighbors. What begins as casual conversation quickly turns into psychological warfare, as their guests reveal disturbing insights, question their choices, and expose the cracks in their seemingly perfect marriage. With each passing hour, tension coils tighter, suspicion seeps into every exchange, and the line between politeness and danger blurs into something sinister. Trapped in their own home, Adam and Margot must face whether these strangers are who they say they are, or if something far more malicious has been invited in. The film is a sleek, unsettling home invasion thriller that turns dinner party discomfort into pure psychological horror. Number 9. We Have Always Lived in the Castle.
That chair is my dead brother's chair.
He was a very wicked man, our father.
In a decaying mansion hidden on the edge of town, sisters Maricat and Constance live in eerie isolation after the mysterious poisoning of their family. Protected by strange rituals and bound by unspoken rules, they keep the outside world at bay, until their estranged cousin Charles arrives, determined to insert himself into their quiet lives. His presence ignites long-buried tensions, unraveling the sisters' delicate bond and threatening the dark secrets they've fought so hard to protect. As suspicion festers and the walls begin to close in, madness seeps through the cracks, turning their secluded haven into a sinister trap. The film is a haunting descent into isolation, mistrust, and the terrifying lengths will go to preserve control. Number 8. Rita.
Nuevo ingreso.
Rita is only 13 when she escapes her abusive father, seeking safety in a state-run institution that promises protection. But what she finds is far from sanctuary. Isolated from the world, surrounded by other girls with fractured pasts, Rita begins to sense something sinister lurking beneath the surface. The rules are strict, the punishments colder, and the staff's smiles too thin. As whispers of rebellion spread among the girls, Rita uncovers a chilling truth about the institution's hidden purpose. Reality bends into nightmare as innocence is weaponized and control is enforced through psychological manipulation. With every attempt to reclaim her freedom, Rita drifts deeper into a maze of secrets, power, and haunting revelations. Number 7. Rabies.
¿Y los gourins?
A brother and sister flee into the woods only for her to fall into a concealed trap, leaving him desperate to find help before it's too late. But the forest is anything but empty. A group of unsuspecting teenagers, a volatile park ranger, and 2 sadistic police officers all converge in a place where trust is a liability, and every encounter escalates into violence. As secrets unravel and tempers flare, a series of deadly misunderstandings spirals into chaos, with each character pulled into a chain reaction of survival and bloodshed. The forest offers no peace, only confusion and carnage. Rabies is a nerve-shredding thriller that twists the slasher formula into something cruel, unpredictable, and brutally human. Number 6. Flowing. A strange gas seeps through Rome's sewer grates, triggering violent emotional outbursts in those who inhale it, an invisible force that brings buried pain to the surface. For the Morel family, already shattered by past trauma, the fog becomes a catalyst for collapse. Thomas, his daughter Barbara, and son Enrico each wrestle with guilt, silence, and unresolved grief, but the mist doesn't allow secrets to stay hidden for long. As hallucinations blur with reality and aggression festers behind every locked door, their home becomes a pressure cooker of repressed anguish. The gas doesn't just infect the lungs, it poisons the mind, unearthing truths too dark to face. With neighbors turning feral and sanity slipping away, survival hinges on confronting the very emotions they've avoided. Number 5. The Righteous.
See things and hear things.
Does God scare you more than the devil, Daddy?
Yes!
Why?
Because!
Frederick, a former priest haunted by guilt and grief after the death of his adopted daughter, seeks solace in isolation with his wife Ethel in a remote countryside home. But their fragile peace shatters when a mysterious injured man named Aaron appears at their door, begging for shelter. What begins as an act of compassion slowly unravels into something far more sinister, as Aaron's probing questions and cryptic presence dig deep into Frederick's buried sins. With each conversation, the lines between penance and punishment blur, and the stranger's true purpose becomes terrifyingly clear. The house becomes a stage for reckoning where faith falters and every word drips with tension. Shot in stark black and white, the film conjures a chilling atmosphere of moral decay. Number 4, Needful Things.
A famine here, a flood there, a little bloodlust, a broken heart. You can't win. I've got...
A stranger named Leland Gaunt arrives in Castle Rock and opens a curious little shop that seems to carry exactly what each customer longs for. A rare book, a cherished trinket, a desperate wish. But Gaunt demands more than mere money. He asks for small favors, teasing conflicts and resentments among townsfolk to fuel a slow burn of chaos. As neighbor turns against neighbor, the town's polite facade crumbles and hidden grievances erupt into violence. Sheriff Alan Pangborn tries to resist the manipulations, but Gaunt's uncanny knowledge and merciless bargains push the community toward collapse. Needful Things is a sinister fable about desire, temptation, and how easily humans can be turned against themselves. Number 3, The Haunting of Black Wood.
There's gotta be a reason why we're here.
I'm gonna get us out of here.
Welcome.
3 strangers awaken in a desolate forest cabin with no memory of how they got there, and no clue who they can trust. Lost in the woods and plagued by eerie visions, they search for answers, only to find time itself slipping through their fingers. As paranoia rises, each begins to suspect the others are hiding something darker, something dangerous. But the truth is far more twisted than any of them could imagine. The forest seems alive, the cabin a trap, and their shared past the key to a terrifying revelation. Shadows move without sound, and time loops back with malicious intent. The film is a chilling, time-twisting psychological puzzle where fate, guilt, and horror converge in the heart of the woods. Number 2, Pulse. When a young man takes his own life in a locked room, strange images begin to appear on his computer. Faces in the static, shadows in the corners, whispers from the void. Across Tokyo, others begin disappearing, leaving only black stains and unanswered calls behind. As Mishi searches for answers and Ryosuke stumbles onto a mysterious website, the city starts to feel emptier, consumed by a presence spreading through screens and signals. Technology becomes a gateway, and the dead are no longer content to stay silent. Isolation thickens, and every connection becomes a threat. Pulse is a bleak atmospheric nightmare that transforms loneliness into a ghost and turns the internet into a corridor of endless, suffocating silence. Number 1, Shrew's Nest.
Estás completamente loca. Yo solo quiero protegerte. Entiendo cómo un hombre me puede hacer más daño que tú. ¡Desagradecida!
Monse is trapped in her own Madrid apartment in the 1950s. Her agoraphobia chains her inside, and her only anchor to the world is the younger sister she's raised in isolation. Their quiet life tilts violently when a hurt neighbor, Carlos, falls into their building and drags himself to their door. Monse insists on caring for him, but what begins as charity spirals into suffocating obsession. The walls close in, trust unravels, and Monse's devotion reveals a fractured mind wielding control like a weapon. The stranger's presence cracks the fragile balance she's built, and the sisters must confront whether home has become a prison and who's in charge of its keys. Shrew's Nest is a taut, horrifying study of fear, fixation, and the terror of confinement. Here are 4 other movies you have to see. Polaroid.
It's moving.
Bird, a shy high schooler, stumbles upon an old Polaroid camera at a yard sale, only to discover that everyone photographed by it soon dies under mysterious circumstances. As the body count rises, she and her friends race against time to uncover the camera's dark origin. The curse is relentless, and every flash seals another fate. What began as a harmless relic quickly turns into a supernatural nightmare none of them can escape. The Lost Patient.
Não levanta daí. Onde ela tá?
Thomas wakes up from a long coma with no memory, only to be told that his entire family was murdered and he may be the only survivor. Under the care of a psychiatrist, he begins to piece together the events leading to the tragedy. Flashbacks and fragmented memories hint that the truth is more twisted than it appears. As layers peel away, Thomas must confront whether he's a victim or something far more unsettling. Toolbox murders.
Because someone's gonna get hammered, nailed, and drilled.
In a decaying Los Angeles apartment building, strange disappearances and grisly murders begin to plague the residents. A new tenant, Nell, uncovers a hidden history buried behind the walls and a killer using brutal tools for unspeakable acts. The deeper she investigates, the more she realizes the building itself holds ancient, malevolent secrets. 825 Forest Road.
Just get out of this town.
The Wilson family relocates to a quiet town, hoping for a fresh start after tragedy. But their peace shatters when supernatural forces begin tormenting their home. Whispers of a ghost named Helen Foster lead them to a house no one seems to remember, 825 Forest Road. As reality warps and fear tightens its grip, the family must uncover the house's buried history to stop the haunting. But the more they dig, the more they realize some addresses were never meant to be found.